on.
Alright, this video we're going to finish up explaining subcomments. Now I know we got a lot going on in our video component, and in the future I'm going to look to try to maybe separate some of this code, simplify some of this code, but the fact is there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pieces that could be interacted with. So for now, I showed you how this visible input works. So we're only taking in one subcomment at a time. It's pretty nifty. We got our conditional on our button. Our cancel button shuts everything down. So this way we only get one comment at a time. So we have our main comment. And we got our comment 2. But you can only reply to one of these at a time when that index matches. So that's pretty cool. And our button only activates when we want it to. And we get everything immediately updated. Pretty nifty. So we're still within the context of mapping over each comment up here. And within that map function, we pretty much do the same thing. We just say comment.subcomments. If that exists, then we map over the subcomment and include the index in here. And we'll return a div that pretty much matches up to the regular comment, except we no longer have that reply button down here. And I just said a good way to put a key is video subcomment, the index of the initial comment followed by the index of the subcomment. So if it's comment 2, subcomment 3, it'll be video subcomment 2-3. Pretty simple. And we're using a lot of the same styles, except we're going to use the posted by subcomment.postedby.image URL, and we're making a small avatar here. Everything else is pretty much the same. That way we get a slightly smaller avatar than our main comment. Pretty cool. So the next thing we're going to talk about is push notifications. Now, right now I have the app open, and I also have my cell phone. And the app itself looks decent on the phone. I wouldn't say it looks great, but we didn't really pay much attention to that yet. I noticed that this video, at least in my Safari browser, the video doesn't show up. I guess the WebM format might not work with Safari. I'm not sure exactly. No big deal. This isn't really targeted as a mobile app. This is more just a web app. But what we're concerned with now is we want to send a push notification if this webpage if the webpage is not open and you can't see it. We want people to know when another user interacts with their video. So if they are on a different device and someone else likes their video somewhere, we want to let the user know that they like their video. If they leave a comment, we want to let the user know that they left a comment. If later on when we do subscriptions, we're going to want to know, hey, I'm subscribed to another user's channel. I want to know when they post a new video. Things like that. So what we want, say someone likes our video, we want to see something like that pop up on our screen. I just did that from my phone. And you'll notice it has our little logo for us, our YouTube clone logo. It's got our URL. I'm on Chrome browser, as are most people, but and it even says, hey, Ben Brook liked your video. Testing push notifications on myself, which is the name of the video, now has 3 likes. That's pretty cool. Hey, testing push notifications on myself now has 3 likes. So we want to start implementing this. Now, if the page is open, and we get a like, we're not going to see. We don't need to show that notification. We just want to receive a message, and right now we're just console logging that message. We may trigger something in the UI eventually, or maybe we'll use this alert here. We'll trigger an alert somehow. But for right now, I think we've got a good little setup going. And this is the first time I've really used push notifications of any kind, so I'm not an expert, but I can show you how to get going what I've got going. And I did this with Firebase. Since we already have a Google project, because of our Google OAuth, we can integrate with Firebase, which is a Google product. So in the README, I've got instructions on how to do that. So we're going to configure both the front end and the back end here. And just as a side note, I did a little research, and the actual YouTube site, the front end is a JavaScript front end, but the back end is written in a variety of languages, including Python, Go, C, and C++, and Java. So we're writing ours in just straight JavaScript. So we don't know, at least I don't know much about those lower level languages yet. But I thought it was interesting that they had so many different technologies. And when you really start looking at all the analytics and all the different features of YouTube, it's quite an operation they've got going there. But we're just making a basic clone. We're not looking to do the whole entire thing. They probably have a team of multiple programmers working on it all the time. And we're just one person, right? So the first thing I want to do is in the client, run npm install -S or -- save Firebase in the client directory. And then create a Firebase -messaging -SW, stands for service worker.js file in the public directory. Now this will get bundled in without Webpack. This will just get thrown in to the mix. And I've got one. And honestly, it doesn't need to have anything in it. Some of the examples have some of this in here, but I'm not too familiar with actually using service workers. But this is all you need to get this up and running. In the future, I'll look into it more. In manifest.json, which is also located in the public folder, you're going to want to add GCM_sender_ID and .id there. This is universal for Google Cloud Messaging, and we're actually using Firebase Cloud Messaging. And in the next video, you have to go to Firebase, the website, and you have to create a new Firebase project in order to get all this up and running. And since we already have the Google project that we made for our OAuth, using Firebase will be pretty easy to activate our project. And we'll get into that in the next video, as well as some more of the code that we need to get it running on our front end.